Hey everyone, just wanted to give you guys a quick video. I did start a new free-to-play account to kind of celebrate the whole PC client release. So as you can tell, this client that I'm playing with right now is on the actual PC. The goal of this account is to kind of run through another free-to-play series, but this time because the new player experience is out, and as you can tell from just day one, I'm already halfway to like level 35. The timeline in which we had prior to this um, was a lot slower, so it allowed for more farms. So this account is basically going to go through the new player experience and kind of see on the fly what works and what doesn't work. Um, if the experience is as condensed as I believe it's going to be, then pretty much every person's farming guide out there, including my own, is essentially not the best way to go about it. The reason being is because at level 60, we can start doing fleets, and when it comes to crystal income, that's when Fleet Arena opens up for us. And that was kind of like the biggest reason why we were able to um, squeeze in certain types of farms like geos and stuff like that. But I, I've done a few free-to-play series or free-to-play accounts on the prior to the new player experience, and I think in like day one I'll get to maybe like level 18, and that's without crystals spent. And on this account, I'm at 920. I haven't spent any crystals, and I'm already level 34. So I believe the farms are going to be really, really condensed. So this free-to-play series is going to kind of walk through that new player experience together and kind of see how things are. Going to the collections, you can see here that we are getting new shards from the new player experience, such as the Phoenix Squadron, which I'm trying to see if we will have time to farm them. Galactic War will be coming up soon, and so I'm kind of curious to see where we'll be at in terms of our roster by the time we get there and what's going to work. The biggest pull to get, or the biggest like attraction to get Phoenix so early from the new player experience was the fact that Phoenix as a squad has a lot of ability to like regenerate their health and stuff like that, so it makes Galactic War a whole lot easier. But I'm not too sure with how quickly we're leveling, how that's going to work out. Another thing you can notice here is, in day one I was able to unlock Darth Vader, which is great because his leader ability, like right here, just um, Empire and Sith allies gain a percent of offense, which isn't too much early on because our stats are somewhat low when it comes to offense, but that stuff does add up over time. So when it comes to the teams, I'm curious of how things are going to work out. The initial goal will be to still go for Imperial Troopers because they do cover 2 assault battles, and on the light side, it's going to be interesting to see if we can get Phoenix online. That would be great. If not, we'll have to play around and kind of see how things are. Um, when it comes to early farming too, any kind of excess energy I might have from leveling or the inability to kind of like progress through some of the nodes because they're just a little bit too hard. We're just putting it into Range Trooper and Captain Rex. So we should be able to hit these two at least every day. When it comes to Cantina, there's not really much in the early game, which is, um, you know, trying to figure out what to do with the energy because I don't think we're going to have the time to do geos um, because of how quickly we're leveling. and the fact that Galactic War Store has new ships in there as well, making the what I believe and what I'm going to try to turn this account into is the an early Tarkin Empire fleet with bounty hunters. But early on, like a lot of these characters that we are going to want for journeys and stuff like that can be bought through other stores. So in the early game, what I've been doing is I've just been going to this node and farming Stormtrooper Han, um, since we're going to need him anyways, and using the currency from Cantina to buy Boba Fett shards up. That way we can get one of our ships up and running as soon as possible, as well as the fact that we'll need bounty hunters for credit heist, which actually kind of leads into the third team I was looking at doing, which is a bounty hunter team for credit heist and Galactic War. Aside from that, that's pretty much it. I want to keep this video somewhat short, give you guys an update that, yep, there is the Mid Summer 2024 free-to-play series going on. This particular account we're just going to go through as a journey together and figure out what works and what doesn't work and kind of tailor our guide as soon as possible. That way all new up-and-coming Star Wars Galaxy Hero players or existing ones that just want an alt account for free-to-play can have a good idea of what they should and shouldn't be farming. And then lastly, we will be definitely keeping a close eye on the Galactic War and seeing what teams work, because you know we'll probably hit 40 either tomorrow or either day 2 or day 3 we'll be opening up galactic battles, and yeah, with the current state of the roster, we'll see how it goes. Um, and as for the guild, I'm in just some random guild, 954 order. I'm not too sure who they are. Just a bunch of, it's like a low-level guild, nothing special. But I wanted to make sure I got into a guild, so eventually I can do some sort of raid and start using this Mark 1 currency to get some shards. I didn't want to get into like a higher end guild that was able to take me in as an alt, because I want this to be more grounded in reality for newer players that might not have a community on here and can still progress just fine on the account. All right, guys, if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments below, and I'll see you later.